We need to talk about the ADP's big miss and what it might mean for Friday. We need to talk about 10% mortgage rates. That and more. It is October 4th. This is your daily financial news. Let's jump into it, folks. Let's start with ADP. Again, this week is all about jobs. Yesterday, we got the JOLTS report, which surprised to the upside. It came in at roughly 9.6 million. Expectations for 8.8. Rates shot higher on that news because the job market appears to be stronger than expected. ADP report. Private payrolls. Huge miss. Big miss. Came in at 89,000 when it had expectations of 180,000. Now, let's not forget the important number is Friday. Also, the ADP report, after they went ahead and redid their calculations, has been off by about 100,000 over the last 6 months or so. So the ADP report showing weakness, really showing quite a bit of weakness, especially at big companies. The ADP report, 89,000 jobs, 81,000 are in services, 8,000 are in goods. So again, I would expect rates to come in a little bit on this number, but again, the big number is Friday. Now, some of you might be asking yourself, how is the strike data impact the ADP report, right? Is the ADP report weak because we have these members on strike and thus the job picture is stronger? Well, in ADP report's calculation, a striking UAW worker, for example, is counted as employed. So, if some of you are trying to think that strikes are swaying the numbers in a negative way, they are not. At least in how ADP calculates. Again, a United Auto worker who is on strike is counted as employed according to ADP report's calculation. So again, folks, I believe the expected number for Friday is 170,000. We are hoping for a weak number like 135, 150, something like that. Unemployment is forecast to fall to 3.7. I hope it holds steady at 3.8. We need more signs that the last domino is showing weakness. So the Fed continues to pause and doesn't hit us with another hike or two like some Fed members are talking. Well, it happened. Kevin McCarthy is fired. Let's rewind the clock. A couple of days ago, I thought the government shutdown would happen. I was wrong. I wore this shirt, this swing and the miss shirt. I think I wore it on Sunday, right? I wore this. What happened is a clean bill was given for 45 days called a continuing resolution, sometimes called a CR. It had no meaningful budget cuts. It had no funds for Ukraine, and it had no money for the securing the border. But the bill got done, and the government is still running for 45 days. That action, McCarthy, seeming to turn his back on Republicans, working across the aisle with Democrats, got him fired. 8 Republicans fired Kevin McCarthy. So, do I care? I don't care at all. It doesn't matter to me, but what matters is what comes next. What comes next? Well, I expect there to be an interesting show in creating or voting for the next House Speaker. Second, do you think the next House Speaker will have any incentive to work with Democrats? The answer is no. The answer is no. They saw what happened to the last guy. So, I suspect you could write it down in your books. The government shutdown begins, I don't know, November 15th, whenever the 45 days are up. And back to my call of it will be the longest government shutdown on record. Working across the aisle, got a guy fired. What's the next person to do? This is going to be interesting. This is going to be interesting. So again, ADP report, big miss, McCarthy fired. Let's keep going. So I got a phone call from a mortgage broker yesterday. Somebody who watches the channel. He's on the East Coast. And he said, Michael, I just wanted to let you know. I quoted my first 10% mortgage rate. Owner occupant. Now, in this example, it was somebody with bad credit, sub 640, and low down payment. So, risky loan. But folks, 10% mortgage rates are being quoted. Now, can they get approved? Can they do it? Who knows? But still, it is mind-boggling to think double-digit mortgage rates. The Fed is winning. This is why, again, I think the Fed is done. The Fed is getting what they want, doing nothing. Student loans starting. Gas is high. All of these things. So, it is going to be interesting. We're going to try to talk to Matt, the mortgage guy, and see what's going on with mortgage rates. But yes, a broker on the East Coast called me, I think it was Florida, and said I just quoted my first 10% mortgage rate. He thought he would never see it. It happened. Brian Underhall. Hopefully I pronounced that somewhat close. I think I spoke with Brian way back in the day at Bigger Pockets, like in 2005 or 6. Anyways, Brian is works for Nuvo Capital Partners. Why is that important to you? Brian was quoted in an article in The Real Deal. The Real Deal did a huge write-up on all of these syndicators who aren't real operators. They are glorified social media experts with back-of-the-room nonsense hurting LPs. Brian Underhill is now part of a fund, and there are plenty of these who are called distressed funds. What are these funds going to do? They are going to try and save general partners and deals. But as they do that, as they become pref equity or something else, the existing limited partners will be wiped out. This is in the article. You can find it on The Real Deal. Brian says, of the $500 million in deals that he has underwritten already, only $100 million can be restructured. What does that mean? $400 million in deals are unsavable. They cannot be saved. They are not paying their debt service, vacancies, lower rent, whatever it is. And then this line is something I have been saying for quite a while, but it's nice to hear it from someone else so I don't feel like I'm off base. The reality is all of the equity is gone. Yeah, bad. Oh, California Dream for All. Remember when we had the California Dream for All? From memory, it was about $100 million where California became your partner in buying a home, where they funded the down payment, got paid back, got some of the equity. The money was gone in 8 days. Well, it looks like we're going to have California Dream for All 2.0. It is going to have $255 million allocated in 2024. They are estimating that they will be able to do 2,000 loans. They are tweaking the criteria to first-generation homeowners. So if your mom and dad owned a home in the last 10 years, you don't qualify. That is the existing proposal. It might change. But yes, folks, it seems they are getting increasingly focused on first-generational home buyers. How about Starbucks? Folks, San Francisco is quickly becoming a zombie apocalypse. Starbucks is closing 7 stores in San Francisco. Safety concerns, employee concerns, homeless, all of that. Starbucks is closing 7 stores in San Francisco. Not good. Not good. Another strike starts today. Kaiser Permanente, about 75,000 folks have gone on strike. It started at 6 a.m. I believe they are running for 3 days. It runs through Saturday, is my belief. But yes, another strike has started. Again, we still have the strike potential in Las Vegas with the, I don't know what, I forget what they're called, service workers for hotels. That strike has been approved. We'll see if that is called. But yes, another strike has started, this one at Kaiser Permanente. And again, strikes are not impacting the ADP numbers. That was one thing I asked myself is the 89,000 number and big miss because of strikes? The answer is no. It is a striking employee is counted, is employed in those numbers. So a couple of things. First, I don't know if you guys have seen this, but Coach Carson of Bigger Pockets fame, has been a contributor to the channel. He is now a Tuesday returning guest. He and I will speak most Tuesdays. We are busy, so sometimes we will miss. But Coach Carson is now a member of the millionaires who come on the channel. You can go ahead and check out his playlist. But most importantly, Coach Carson was invited to the Las Vegas event on February 17th and 18th. And at first, he declined. He's like, Michael, we just got back from Spain. I'm speaking at the Bigger Pockets event. Not going to make this one. Maybe I'll make next year. Cool, no problem. Stack lineup, new member of the One Rental at a Time family. I get it. Folks, he reached out to me on Monday and said he was speaking to his wife and they changed their minds. So, Coach Carson will be at the event in Las Vegas, February 17th and 18th. He will be another millionaire speaking. He will take on a topic just like everybody else, and then you get to ask Coach Carson questions for about 45 minutes. I need to rework the schedule, but yes, folks, Coach Carson is going to be there. I'm so excited. I'm so excited. He let me know that he got feedback from people seeing him on One Rental at a Time, and he wants to come out and see the community, which I just feel wonderful about it. It means the world to me that this audience that we have put together is just go-givers and doers and really, really kind people. So thank you for showing Coach Carson some love. He is coming. He validated that to me yesterday, so that's a pretty cool feeling. And then the boot camp. We are still doing the boot camp. In fact, our boot camp members, Sunday, 8 to 10 a.m. You should have the Zoom invite. I sent that out, I don't know, a week or so ago. But I've got a couple of questions for folks. Yes, you can go on my website. You can go to, links below. If you want to still get a part of the boot camp, we are at about day 4. You can still buy the boot camp. It's $999. Do not put it on a credit card. If you don't have the money, cool. Watch the free stuff. It's totally fine. But if you want to get your hands on, you want to get a buy box, you want to get a market, you can buy the course. You will still get everything else for free. I will add them manually myself. Every other course I have will be added. And then I will send you the link for Sunday and all subsequent invites. So if you wanted to do it, you could still buy it. The replays from day 1, day 2, and day 3 are there, so you can get all caught up. So yes, if you wanted to buy the boot camp, you still could. I suspect most of you just go buy the $399 course. It is far cheaper, just as hands-on, but you get to do all that work yourself. Or if you just want to test me out, $47, buy box deep dive. So there you go. So at the end of the day, folks, lots of options. It is Q4. The market is slowing down. It is time to do the work. It is time to write disrespectful offers. It is time to build confidence in yourself. It is possible. We bring you 10, 11, 12 millionaires every week as evidence it's possible. It's hard, but it's possible. I believe in you. Do you believe in you? Are you willing to do the work? Are you willing to get your hands dirty and give me 20 minutes a day? That, I don't know. Alrighty, folks, that is the day. And just so you know, we've sold 147 tickets. So what is that left? We got about 100 and, I don't know, 17, 18 tickets left. So you should get them today. I would love to sell this out in the next couple of weeks. Again, Coach Carson is coming on top of all the other wonderful experts. So I hope to see you there. I'll leave a link below. You can find it on the website, all that stuff. Take care. Bye-bye.